Alright, so my C100 just broke. Now you can see right here, I'm flipping my fingers and the audio meters are still active. If you look at the time code, it's still active, and a few seconds ago you just saw like a flicker in the screen. The face recognition tracking square is still on her face and it's just stuck. So the screen is actually just stuck, the camera's froze. You'll see the green light still illuminated on the SD card A slot. You'll see me flipping the knobs on, off to media, and the camera's off right now, but you'll see that the light is still active, and if I leave this alone, it'll just stay on. So this has been going on actually for quite a while. I noticed it a long time ago where the camera just randomly rebooted on itself, and I kind of thought nothing of it because I never did anything to the camera. It's always been in studio use or indoors, period. This particular day I noticed it, or the day before I noticed it was having a lot of problems more frequently, and it was to the point I'm starting to get a little nervous now. So the following day I'm kind of fiddling with it. This happening quite a few times. As you'll see here in the footage, I'm kind of going through it and doing all the possible different scenarios you can do as far as flipping the switches on and off, and you'll see the light still remains on. After I do this, I'm opening the SD card slot, because to be honest, in the beginning I thought it might have been a bad SD card. So I flipped the SD cards around, flip-flopped them from A to B and B to A, and then once that, I thought that fixed it, but then I still had another issue, and then I just took out the existing card and left one in, which was the B card from the second go around, and I still ended up having the same issues over time. So I realized that that's not what it is. The only way to power this camera off at this point is to eject the actual battery. The battery itself still has power, so it's not like I have a dead battery here or something's weird like that. So the battery here is charged, and the only way to turn this thing off is I actually got to just pop the thing out. And this is the memory card I'm using. Is not a generic card or anything. It's a SanDisk Extreme. Got it from B&H. Based on my description in the video, you'll see they think it might be like some kind of processing chip, or the circuitry inside that has gone bad for some apparent reason. And it kind of sucks because now it just kind of makes me a little nervous as to how rugged or stable this camera can be, especially since I only used it in an indoor nice environments, controlled temperature environments. And to be honest, like I said in my unboxing, the camera itself, it feels nice, but it is kind of plasticky, and it's the single most expensive camera that I own, but it feels like one of the cheapest, to be honest. And it's not just about just weather sealing, it's just the body materials itself are kind of like a hollowy plastic. And in this footage you'll actually see it ends up freezing again, and the other day it froze. It was like a green staticky looking screen, and it actually recorded just a glimpse of it right in the footage as it just stopped in the middle of doing, just recording. So that just makes me real nervous, because the purpose of this camera is for reliability and functionality. If you take those things away, it becomes a big problem. So you see here it kind of works as normal, and then when I turn it back on, it'll end up having the same issue in a few seconds. And here you can see it's still reading the card. Nothing's wrong with the cards at all. All right, so now you'll see as I was looking towards as a punching bag, it just turned like this footage now just turned to a static shot. It looks kind of like some gray, I don't know, just digital mess. It just doesn't work. Time code, audio meters, nothing works. It's just completely frozen at this point. So here at this point, I'm like, I need to document this just in case. So I grab my cinema camera, and you'll see I'm switching the thing on, off, into media, and the screen is just completely froze. Nothing's being read at all. And you see me turning the camera around. The camera, it's not like a screenshot or anything like that. It's just froze. And me doing this, I'm literally trying every possible scenario. So I mean, I'm definitely not bashing Canon or anything like that. I just want it fixed, get it back to working condition. I called them, I just sent it. They were real courteous to me as always. The only way to turn this thing off is literally just take the battery out. And like I said, now it's to the point, even as soon as I put the battery back in, turn it back on, you'll think it worked for a second, and it will, and then all of a sudden it does the same thing again. So, but this is just to put any information out there for anybody else who may have had this problem, because based on Canon's repair center customer service, this is definitely not a known issue. And it's, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that ever experienced this, but for anybody who ever experiences the camera rebooting by itself, something may be wrong with the internals with the camera. Like I said, I don't know exactly what's wrong, and they don't know yet either, because they haven't actually touched the camera yet. And I'm just assuming it will be what he said. He said based on his information dealing mainly with DSLRs, that the issues that I'm coming across sound like some kind of internal circuitry that ends up just going bad for no apparent reason. It's just the nature of electronics. So it's just kind of disappointing, because like I said, this camera is brand new. It's the single most expensive camera that I own, body only. So yeah, and it's the only one that's I've had problems with as far as functionality. And the crazy thing is, with all my cameras, I even lenses, anything, I usually never even register it for warranties or manufacturer warranties or anything, because most of the time when you hear people say that things go wrong, it's usually because they don't take care of their stuff. Yeah, things happen. So hopefully this can help somebody out. If anybody has had this issue before, feel free to leave a comment, and yeah, let's talk about it. And if anybody asks, I'll make an update video, just like I said, put it in the description box. So I hope this helps somebody out, or maybe somebody can help me out. But until then, I'll talk to you guys when I get my camera back and give you the update. All right, later.